Alright everyone, JB here, and we're back with another Dragon Ball Legends video on the channel today. Now today, we're going to be reviewing the newest LF, just revealed, I would say about an hour ago, not too long ago. Because you saw the reveals and stuff, we have this guy coming, and also there's a tag assist Pan and Trunks, and also Giru. So they kind of took a step back, you know, from assist characters for a minute. So it is kind of surprising to see that. But we kind of knew that this guy was coming with the messages, you know, in game. And then they also sent out the cryptic message before we got this guy released. So interesting to see how good this kid is. I did see a little bit of it in the actual reveals and stuff. So, you know, be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you guys think personally about him. He looks pretty solid from what I saw so far. And if you're new around here, leave a like on the video. Consider joining the channel. So, first things first. This Goku is Element Blue, and he is a defensive type. So it is interesting to see them do that. You know, we was hoping maybe melee type, because GT is kind of mainly melee type. So he is saying some family kids and GT, and then he is also Shadow Dragon Sada, the episode. So looking at his main ability, he draws the ultimate card, Super Ultra Spirit Bomb Nets, restores own restores own health by 25% and ki by 50, and then he cancels attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. So looking at the abnormal conditions, I'm guessing like paralyze, poison. Those are probably like the first two things that come up to mind for me. So looking at this, the following effects occur according to the number of defeated enemy battle members. If this character's unique gauge is full, 0 more battle members, he applies attribute upgrade minus 100% to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 30 timer counts. So, you know, once you have your unique gauge full, it looks like you're going to be hitting hard. Especially once you pop your main ability and then you have the ultimate card as well. One battle member inflicts all enemies with no switching for 3 timer counts. 2 battle members reduce enemy vanishing gauge to 0%. Okay. So he has a lock-in effect. And then once you have 2 battle members, it's pretty much a guaranteed hit. Unless your opponent has a Rise and Rush, right? So his main ability already is looking really good. So it looks like one of those characters, once you pop that main ability with your unique gauge full, it looks like he's going to be hitting like a truck. So Z ability at max is 38% to GT, some families, or Tad Saiyan, strike and blast defense, and plus 18% Tad GT base blast attack. Okay, so not too bad. And nothing too special about the strike cards or blast cards. Special move deals massive impact damage plus 40% the special move damage inflicted. Okay. And then he applies the following effects to enemy if his unique gauge is full. So he reduces the ki by 100. Alright guys, so I do apologize for the weird cut. I had to go grab me some water real quick. So back to where we were at, talking about the blue card. So he reduces ki by 100, and then he cancels attribute upgrades and buff effects. So that is interesting. That means, so it looks like he has something so far similar to Dragon Fist with his unique gauge, where he's enhancing like the main ability, the ultimate arts, the blue card. So he's looking pretty solid so far. Looking at his green card. So he restores his own ki by 50. Following effects occur on hit. So that maybe this is, so it doesn't say blast armor so far. So it's probably a long range green card. So he draws a blue card. Next, he inflicts enemy with flash. Applies attribute upgrade minus 50% to enemy sustained damage cut for 10 timer counts. And he reduces Dragon Balls by 1. So that is interesting. Because it says Flash. So, you know, if you guys haven't seen the reveals and stuff, it looked at something similar to like Solar Flare. So what I'm getting off of this, you know, it's probably a long range green card or maybe like a counter type of green card. I'm pretty sure if it's not counter, it's going to be like a long range green card, and then you're pretty much guaranteed, you know, a hit or a combo off of that, because 50%, you know, that's a lot. So once you pop that green card and then you pop the blue card, it's going to hit pretty hard. So looking at his ultimate art, deals supreme impact damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation. So he gets 50% the ultimate damage inflicted, and then he also nullifies endurance for 3 timer counts. So when he has his unique gauge full, it looks like he goes type neutral for 3 timer counts. Yeah, so far, before we even review his actual kit, it looks like getting his unique gauge popped is where you're going to have him at his full potential. So looking at his unique ability, first one, applies the following effects itself when battle starts. So 100% the damage inflicted, reduces damage received by 70%, nice, you love to see it. Increases card draw speed by 1 level, okay, nice. And then the following effects occur when his character enters the battlefield, plus 40% the damage inflicted, activates twice. Okay. So he kind of has that the LF Future Gohan effect, where you enter the battlefield and you get that, you have to get that extra damage inflicted. So that's, you know, I don't see the reason why behind that, but you know, it's different. It's kind of similar to that as well. Then he also nullifies unfavorable element factors. Okay, so he goes type neutral on tagging in, going into the battlefield. So that is interesting to see. He increases Dragon Balls. He restores his own health each timer count with 15 timer counts. And then you get plus 20% the damage inflicted by allied tag GT. So they did restrict this to GT, which is interesting. So, you know, because when you look at this character, his best teams are obviously going to be GT. Well, before even GT gets all his buffs. You know, as far as right now, GT is a little iffy. But some family, like, you know, Saiyans are definitely going to be that top 2 teams for him. Now, he inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, plus 5 to strike, blast, and special move arch thrust. Okay. So he has a little bit of a mini support with the plus 20% damage inflicted. So more or not, you know, you're gonna probably want to start off with him in most cases. But there is green units running around in the meta, so that's the issue what I have with him being blue. But it's not the worst thing, right? Now the following effects occur when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the battlefield. He does 10% minus 10% to strike and blast arts power for 15 timer counts, solid, and it resets after character switch. And then he restores health by 3% up to 10 times, so basically 30% of his health. And then he charges on unique gauge by 15%. Okay, so I'm wondering if this is going to be a unique gauge where once you pop it, you know, that's the only time you can pop it, or is it something, you know, you can repeatedly refill. So that is interesting. So with him just getting hit, it looks like, you know, you're gonna be able to charge your unique gauge, restore your health, and then you power down your enemy's arts cost. Well, not cost, but the power. So looking pretty solid right so far with the utility. So he applies the following effects after enemy attack is over. Increases on card draw speed by 1 level for 20 timer counts. So level 2 card draw speed, nice. He restores another 30% of damage received. So he got 2 different effects of being able to restore health. That's up to 60%. Reduces enemy ki by 20 and reduces Dragon Ball by 1. Applies the following effects to self when health reaches 0, so he has endurance. And then he also nullifies unfavorable element factors for damage sustained. and it says cannot be canceled. So far, you know, looking at the first unique ability, the utility is there. The damage is going to be interesting because it looks like he gets a good amount of damage, especially once you tag into the battlefield twice. But him getting this, you know, he has the endurance, and then getting it. So even if you have a green unit, he's going to be type neutral against that green unit. So therefore, he's not taking, you know, as much damage as you would want him to. So he'll be type neutral for pretty much for the remainder once you pop his endurance. And then him also being able to restore up to 60% health, and then getting level 2 card draw speed, then charging his unique gauge every time he's hit as well. Yeah. So far he looks solid. I wouldn't say anything over the top, but he definitely has the utility in his kit already so far. So looking at his unique ability 2, he knocks enemy back if cover change is performed against strike arts, and is comboable with a blue card. So he applies the Fallen Infest itself every time he uses a Strike or Blast Arch card. Restores ki by 10. He gets cover change for 5 timer counts. So they gave him the Ultra Janemba effect. So basically, 5 timer counts, it's about 2 cards. That's all it's good for, but it does reset on character switch. Now, he also applies Fallen Effects if there's a defeated battle member. So he charges his unique gauge by 100%, 30% ultimate damage inflicted. And then he also, looking down here, he charges his unique gauge every time an ally uses a Strike or Blast Arts card. And once it's full, he restores health by 30, ki by 30, plus 30% the damage inflicted. Increases Dragon Balls by 1. So yeah, this is also what I was talking about. He has that Dragon Fist type of unique ability where he enhances, you know, his blue cards, green cards. So far, he's looking pretty solid. You know, he has the utility. His ultimate arts is gonna hit, like it's gonna hit hard. So as long as you have your unique ability or your unique gauge built, he's gonna hit like a truck. Because especially right here, you know, if you bring him with like a revival character, actually no, it does say defeated battle member. So, you know, he does charge that by 100%, and then 30% ultimate damage. Yeah, so he's looking pretty solid off the rip. And then his final thing right here, Fallen effects occur when enemy activates ultimate arts, awakened arts, or rising rush. Cancels on attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions, and cancels enemies buff effect. Okay. Yeah, so the utility is there. Because he's canceling, like I said, poison, paralysis, bleed. Then when it says cancel enemies buff effects, say for example you get rushed with Ultra Vegeta Blue or Gogeta Blue, pretty much kills that you know, the endurance effect that they take away on popping that rising rush, so you wouldn't have to worry about him dying. So yeah, looking at the entire kit, he looks solid. What I can say is the most powerful effect about this character probably is the main ability, and then also once he gets that unique gauge popped, because it's going to hit hard. And then his green card, I'm going to be interested to see what that looks like. If it's like maybe a counter or a long range green card, because that would suck to have to deal with. So it's probably something, because they called it flashed. So I'm guessing this is like some type of new, you know, debuff effect. But it does sound like something similar to like a solar flare to me. So we'll be interested to see how he performs. Harder to make a equipment guide for this guy a little bit after he releases and everything, but he looks solid. Let me know what you guys think personally on him. But as always, everyone have a blessed day. It's your boy JB. I'm out.